The crack wasn't from the stone, it was from his leg. He hit the ground hard, dust rising around him like smoke. Pain shot up from his shin to his chest, stealing his breath. He cried out, but no one heard over the generator's roar nearby. Tears mixed with dust, tracing lines down his face. He tried to move. His legs screamed back. Children playing nearby stopped, unsure whether to run or help. He lay back, staring at the darkening sky, fear creeping in with the shadows. The clinic tent smelled of antiseptic and earth. He lay on a thin mattress, biting his lip to stay quiet. A volunteer doctor gently unwrapped the cloth around his leg. The swelling was already bad, angry and purple. "We need an X-ray," the doctor muttered, frustration in his tone. The boy flinched as cold hands touched bone. "You were very brave to make it here," the doctor said softly. But bravery couldn't fix broken bones, not without help. That night, the camp quieted under a quilt of stars. The doctor sat beside a blinking laptop, scrolling through contacts. He picked up his phone and dialed a number labeled Last Chance. "It's urgent," he said. "A boy, refugee status, likely fracture." He paused, listening. "No, his family can't pay. There's nothing here for him." The voice on the other end replied with hope. The doctor nodded slowly. "Yes, I'll keep him stable. Please call back soon. Dia. Taido. Warren?" Outside, a dog barked. Inside, a plan began to form. He stared at the canvas roof, counting each tiny hole that let in the stars. His leg throbbed with every heartbeat, each wave stronger than the last. He thought of soccer, of running, of the old days before the camp. "Will I ever walk again?" he asked the nurse beside him. She didn't answer, just brushed his forehead gently. A single candle lit the tent, flickering like his fading strength. But beneath the pain, something stayed alive. A tiny ember of hope. At dawn, the doctor's phone buzzed once. He snatched it up with shaking hands. The message was short, but it hit like thunder. Full support approved. Transport arranged. Yin. He exhaled slowly, staring at the screen. The nurse looked up. "Is it real?" "Yes," he said. "It's happening. He's getting out." Outside, the sky shifted from gray to gold. And for the first time in days, someone smiled in the tent. The van bumped along the uneven road, rocking like a cradle. He lay still, bandaged leg elevated, eyes wide with wonder. Outside, trees and fields zipped past, green, open, unfamiliar. The nurse wiped his forehead. "Just a bit more. You're doing great." "Yee, I've never been this far before," he whispered. She smiled. "You're going somewhere better. Somewhere with help." "Yeah." For the first time, the road ahead didn't scare him. It called to him. The hospital was bigger than anything he'd imagined. Glass walls shimmered under the morning sun. A wheelchair waited, held by a nurse in a spotless uniform. Two doctors approached, one speaking Arabic into a headset. "You're in good hands now," the nurse whispered as they lifted him. He gripped her hand tightly. "Will it hurt?" "Only a little. Then you'll start getting better." Tea. The door slid open. Healing was inside. He stared at the bright lights above, blinking slowly. The room smelled like something clean and cold. Masks surrounded him, voices soft but serious. A hand squeezed his gently. It was the same nurse. "I'm right here." "Ees. I'm scared," he whispered. "That's okay. Brave doesn't mean you're not scared. It means you keep going." A voice counted down gently. Everything began to fade, peacefully. The last thing he saw was kindness in a stranger's eyes. He awoke to sunlight and the soft beep of machines. His leg was heavy, but not from pain, from the weight of healing. The cast was white, clean, and oddly comforting. The doctor smiled from the corner. "You slept well. The surgery went perfectly. Nia, Gembo, Gamso. Will I walk again?" he asked, voice barely there. "Yes, with time, with strength, and you have both." "Yeah, me." He closed his eyes, tears sliding silently into the pillow. Not from fear, but from relief. The hallway stretched long, shiny, and full of echoes. He gripped the crutches in his lap, heart thudding. "Ready to try standing?" the therapist asked gently. He nodded, unsure if he meant it, but willing to try. Hands supported him as he shifted his weight, cast scraping softly on the floor. One step, wobble. Two steps, balance. Touch. A nurse clapped quietly at the end of the hall. He grinned despite the ache. His journey had moved from stillness to motion. His hands gripped the bars so tight, his knuckles turned white. "Left foot forward. That's it," the therapist said. Sweat beaded at his forehead. Each step a mountain climbed. The cast was gone now, replaced by a brace, a hope. "I can't," he muttered once. "You already did," came the gentle reply. One more step, then another. The room echoed with quiet victory. He didn't need applause, just the sound of his own shoes touching the ground. The hospital garden smelled like jasmine and new grass. He sat with a pencil in hand, sketching slowly, lines becoming form. A flower, a soccer ball, a pair of legs running, dreams on paper. He had stopped drawing for months, but now his fingers found motion again. "You're good," said a passing nurse. "I'm getting better," he replied, both about the art and himself. The wind tugged at his page, but he held it firm. He wasn't letting go this time. He stood, no crutches, no brace, just trembling legs and sheer will. The therapist hovered nearby, but didn't touch him. 1 second, then 2, then 5. He raised a hand and grinned. The room exploded in quiet applause. "You're walking," someone whispered, like it was sacred. He turned slowly, step by step, breath steady. The high five with his therapist was shaky, but electric. For the first time since the fall, he believed the future could be wide open. The lounge smelled like popcorn and disinfectant. He sat between 2 other kids, each wearing casts and braces of their own. "We should start a club," one joked. The Bionic Leg Squad. They laughed, trading stories about surgeries and slow steps. For once, he wasn't the weak one. He was part of something. "How far can you walk now?" the girl asked. "Far enough," he grinned, "and getting farther every day." Healing wasn't lonely anymore. It had become a team sport. He stood in front of the full-length mirror, hands in his pockets. The reflection showed someone taller, straighter, stronger. There were scars, but they didn't scare him. They proved he survived. He took a breath and stepped closer. "You did this," he whispered to himself. The boy in the mirror didn't look broken anymore. He looked ready. He walked through the camp courtyard with steady strides. His backpack bounced lightly with each step. Children ran ahead, laughing, kicking a ball. He smiled, not rushing, just feeling the strength in every step. "You're back," one shouted. He nodded, stronger than before. Yina. The dust didn't cling to him the same way anymore. He had walked through pain and come out walking tall. The ball rolled fast toward him. Without hesitation, he sprinted, freely, fiercely. His foot met the ball with a satisfying thud. Cheers erupted from the sidelines. The game didn't matter. The moment did. He looked down at his legs, moving, running, strong. "You're back in the game," someone shouted. I never left. He grinned. The surgery was just the start, the doctor said to the group. Photos of children lined the walls, braces, casts, smiles. The charity team nodded, taking notes, pointing to new maps. We need more centers, more outreach, more chances like his. The doctor smiled. One strong kid gave us a reason. Let's give that reason to others. Hope wasn't just a gift now. It was a system, growing. He sat alone on the hill, the sun dipping low in fiery silence. His sketchbook lay open. This page showed a boy running past barbed wire, arms wide. He smiled, pressing the pencil softly to shade the sky. Someday, I'll be a doctor too, he whispered. Behind him, laughter echoed from tents below. In front of him, the future stretched wide and golden. Broken bones had healed, but something bigger had grown, and it would carry him far beyond any fence. The sun rose, spilling gold across the earth. He jogged through the path between tents, each step light, each breath sure. Other kids joined him, running too, not racing, just being free. "Wait for us!" one shouted. He laughed, slowing just a little. This wasn't a story about pain anymore. It was a story about power, the kind you build, step by step. And in every stride, he carried a message. I broke, but I rose. And now, I run. Ishanal, Naka for the night.